Hey guys, so we just got back from our Alaskan cruise and it was a lot of fun. It exceeded my expectations, and I'm usually the person who prefers the warmer climates. I usually prefer the more desert locations and, places like that. When we were there, we were like, yeah, we cannot wait to come back someday. So we had 4 stops total. So the first stop was Tracy Arm Fjord, and that's not really a port that you actually pull up to. It's just something you cruise through basically, but there is an excursion that you can get off and do, and we did do that. So I will get into that a lot more. And so the other ports that you actually do stop and get off at are Skagway, Juneau, and Ketchikan, and also Victoria, which is in Canada. So this video will just be an overview of everything we did. So if you do want more specific details after watching this video, just make sure to check back because I will be posting more specific videos with the tips and the exact things we did and the prices for the excursions and things like that. Okay, so let's get into all of these different ports. So the morning we took off, it was a rainy morning. So there was like an hour delay, but it cleared up pretty quick after we got above the clouds. And other than that, the flight was pretty smooth there. So we flew into Seattle to board the ship. We dropped off our suitcases to the hotel because they do hold it for you if your room isn't ready yet. And then we went to go find something to eat. I just got veggies and hummus, and everyone else got their thing, and we got some beers. Then we saw the purple store. So everything in the store that they sell is all purple. So if you love purple, make sure to check that store out. Then we went to the public market center, and of course, super packed because it's a very, very touristy location. Then we went to Miners Landing later that evening, and that is where like the Ferris wheel and some gift shops and things like that are. And there is this guy there that is dressed up as Captain America, riding a bike with music playing, transporting people around. Then we went to this place called the Crab Pot, and that is in the Miners Landing building. So it's right in that area that we just were. They give you these little bibs to put on. Then we walked to Vaughn's after dinner for some beers, and then after that headed back to the hotel. The next morning we headed to the Space Needle. We did get there a little early, so while we were waiting, we walked back on this little path that is next to the Space Needle. So we got in line to head up to the top of the Space Needle. We were doing this on a Monday and it was still very busy, of course. So this was in the elevator. You cram in the elevator, and while you're going up, you can see the views out there. So that was pretty cool. Then after we left the Space Needle, we walked to this little vegan place, and it was called the Veggie Grill. My husband and our friend enjoyed those electric scooters, so that was a lot of fun for them. So we headed to the Wall of Gum, which is another big tourist attraction for some reason. Honestly, I thought it was a little gross. Okay, so the next morning we board the ship. So you just walk in, and we just went straight to our muster station. If you've never cruised before, it's a mandatory thing, at least with Carnival cruises. You're assigned a muster station, and that's basically in case of an emergency, that is where you will go. And they also demonstrate how to put on a life jacket. So of course, the first thing that we did when we got on the ship was eat. They do have all the buffets open, things like that when you board the ship. And these drinks, I guess they're called fun ships. They're really good. So the ships do have a lot of fun activities. Like here is one of the little golf holes and a lot more things to do. So day 2 was a full day at sea. So apparently the Carnival Spirit is the only ship out of all of the Carnival ships that offers these art classes and painting classes. So we went to every single one of these. And my husband didn't want to at first because he's just not really into that, but he actually enjoyed it a lot more than he thought he would. So then we went to trivia. So they do have a steakhouse on the ship. You do have to actually pay for your meals there. They are not part of the free meals, but our friend, since she is in the casino a lot, they offered her a free meal for all of us. I just requested a vegetarian meal and it was really good. And when you walk through the halls, some people will have like decorations on the door. Then we went to the performance, which was like an 80s themed performance. We checked out the arcade and headed back to the room. Okay, so day 3, Tracy Arm Fjord. This was my favorite day. We went to a craft class, then we went to trivia and had another painting class that afternoon. And this is all before we even get into Tracy Arm. Our excursion wasn't even till the afternoon because we didn't actually sail into that area until later in the day. So here's where we finally made it into Tracy Arm Fjord, and it was absolutely beautiful. The water, I just couldn't believe. So we did pay for an excursion to take a boat ride to a glacier. That was just really cool. And all the little seals down there. We passed this awesome waterfall. Okay, day 4 is Skagway. There's all kinds of little shops, little restaurants, and places to go like that. Besides Tracy Arm, this was my favorite port that we actually got out at. We went to this little show that you can go to at this port. It's called the Days of 98 show. After that, we went to a local brewery and we just ordered beers here, but they have a lot of stuff on their menu. Then we went to Red Onion Saloon to actually eat. Had more beer. And we got back on the ship and saw this cute little seal swimming around. And other than that, we didn't do that much the rest of the evening. Day 5 was Juneau. So this was my husband's favorite port because him and our friend went salmon fishing. And I will go into more details about this in the actual Juneau port video, but they had a really great time. There's also good gift shops here, shirt stores, you know, I love all the touristy stores like that, so. We all met up at Red Dog Saloon to eat lunch, and I just got a veggie burger. Probably my favorite thing to watch on the ship is this love and marriage show. So we tried to look at the casino, didn't win anything, so. Day 6 is Ketchikan, which is our last port we actually got out on. A lot of gift shops, and I'm a sucker for everything inside these gift shops. We went to a lumberjack show. We went down to Creek Street, which is a popular area in Ketchikan. It's where the salmon will swim upstream to spawn. We had to be back on the ship around 12:30. So after that, we did another art class. Then we went to a Deal or No Deal. Day 7, which was our last night on the ship, was in Victoria. Here's when we were just starting to pull up to it, but when we actually were able to get off the ship, it was dark by that time. So we ended up just playing mini golf and some basketball. We didn't get out in Victoria. We were going to, but the cruise line that we were on, which is Carnival, they were only at that port for a few hours. It was dark. It was like a 9 p.m. to midnight port or something. So I don't have anything for Victoria. I've seen a lot of different things online about whether or not that you can get off if you don't have a passport at Victoria. Some people say you can, some people say you can't. The research online is a little bit conflicting. They do send you this customs form to fill out, and all you got to do is fill out that form, turn it back into Carnival, and you can get off, even if you don't have a passport. And that was basically it. And then the next morning we just got off the ship, and that was like maybe around 8 or so, and headed to the airport. So if you have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will be posting more details about each port in separate videos. So I hope you enjoyed this video for the cruise, just as a general overview. I will see you in the next one.